Scyther!
Yes, it's Cypher. I mean, come on, it's Cypher. He's an iconic bug-type Pokemon back from the original gen, and he still manages to hold up. Heck, he gets a Mega Evolution. Awesome. And yeah, there's also Scizor and Mega Scizor, but to be honest, I personally like the original Cypher better than its evolution and its Mega Evolution designs, because Cypher's just got he's got like the size, and they're way cooler than a Pinsir anyway, because it's a more effective weapon to me. And then, of course, not only that, but my Cypher actually upgraded faster than I expected it to. All types of slashing moves, and that special ability, Technician, which I do like, because it allows the weaker moves to be increased as well, and that badass design. And of course, I even like how all Pokemons do say their name, but I do like how he says his name. It's very awesome. But that makes Cypher my favorite bug-type Pokemon. Awesome, nostalgic, good ability, good catchphrase. Oh man, I like how he says it. And overall, I do like how my Cypher leveled up eventually. And come on, it's Cypher, I just love him.
Who's that Pokemon?
Yes, Umbreon. I haven't actually trained this Pokemon yet, but that's the reason why I put it as my best Dark type. It's the reason because all the Pokedex entries I see, and we're gonna get another Pokemon like this, or probably maybe a few, but there are Pokemon that have mysterious Pokedex entries that I like, and Umbreon is actually my favorite Dark type because of that. Because he has this mysterious information that is connected to the moon, actually. That if he's around moonlight, his rings on his body will grow. Not grow, glow, sorry. But yeah, that's incredible. And his shiny form actually looks pretty awesome too. He's probably one of the best known Eevee evolutions. He's up there. I wouldn't say he's the best per se, but he's up there on there. Anyway, though, that being said, he also contains the ability, I believe it's Synchronize? I think I'm right, Synchronize. If I'm not, I'll probably correct myself in the next part, but I'm pretty sure it's Synchronize, where you basically can use the ability to stop. So, like, if the opponent's Pokemon is trying to use a status condition against you, like, say, burn, freeze you, or paralysis, anything like that, you can do that to the other enemy. That would be kind of interesting. So if you did a burn to Umbreon, then it would do the same to the other Pokemon as well. So that's a nice ability to have on hand. And overall, I think Umbreon is a very useful Pokemon to have in your arsenal. So yeah, I think that's a good choice to select him as my best Dark type. I really don't have any problems with my choice. So moving on to the next awesome Pokemon.
Who's that Pokemon?
Heck yeah, Garchomp. I mean, who can you really blame me? I mean, it's Garchomp. Not only is this Pokemon awesome in design, not only is he a dragon type, he's also been chosen by one of the champions, Cynthia, who wields him as her main Pokemon. That's awesome. And of course, Garchomp is more than just the dragon. He also has a Mega Evolution on top of that. There's a lot to like about this dragon. Sadly, right now I'm being beat up by it by you know who. You know who you are. Yeah, laugh it up. But sadly, he's wielding two Garchomps. But still, nonetheless, I don't like that because, oh, it's an abusive relationship right now. Because sadly, that's the case. But it's still an awesome Pokemon. It beats a lot of other dragons, I think. I like the fact that it's like a mix between a shark and a dragon, like a lion shark type thing. And they're not doing the standard old flying dragon thing, what they always do. No, they're mixing up a bit with a and a dragon type there, which is a nice combination. I do like how it kind of mimics flight by it may not have the flying ability, but it can mimic flight by using its wings as a glider to glide down and attack its prey. Awesome there. And its ability, Sand Veil, very useful against sandstorms. Awesome. think it's very intimidating too. It's like, I would say personally, it's the Wolverine of Pokemon to me. That's how I see it. And I do like its Mega Evolution in design compared to its original, but I have seen some key aspects of the original version that do make it a bit better than the Mega Evolution. Hence, one of the abilities is the base Garchomp is faster than the Mega Evolution, which kind of makes sense considering that the Mega Evolution is bigger and bulkier. But, I love Garchomp. He's like an awesome dragon type. So, can't really blame me. He's intimidating, he's badass, he's got a great ability, and of course, the anime gives him just as much as love as he deserves. Garchomp for the win.
Who's that Pokemon?
Ah, my good old buddy Electivire. Probably the best electric type Pokemon you can have, I think. It can cancel out your opponent if it's an electric type with Motor Drive, so that way it boosts up its power. Awesome. It also has a nice design too, with this like electrical Yeti type feel. I do like the tails it has going on right there. And I think that Electivire gets a lot of love in the anime, not just of Paul's Electivire, but also of Gary's, and I think what was that gym leader had in Sinnoh? There was a gym leader in Sinnoh who had an electric gym. I think he had an Electivire too. But my point is, he gets a lot of love in the anime. Not to say he also gets some of the best fights in the anime too, especially that one with Infernape at the end. That's awesome. And of course, not many people can beat Ash's Pikachu. So there's that going for it, I suppose. Ah, good old Electivire, powerful, brooding, and he's got some badass powers to go with it. And if you put it right with the right set of powers, you get a very powerful, energetic Pokemon, I think. So Electivire is the whole package. He's intimidating, he's badass, he's powerful, he's right in your face, and he's got that wonderful grin that we just love to see. It's good old Electivire.
Who's that Pokemon?
Wigglytuff. What can I say about this one? I like it because it's dumb. It just stands there when danger strikes and then it gets taken away. That one clip from the movie, he just stands there while Mewtwo's releasing all his deadly Pokeballs and he just stands there. And I do like it walks like a penguin and then it says his name, Wiggly, 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 Wigglytuff. It's wrong. I know it's wrong. It might be silly to say that, oh, you like a Pokemon because it's dumb. Well, come on, there's other Pokemon like that, like Psyduck and stuff like that. There's a few Pokemon that make me laugh, and Wigglytuff, when it comes to fairy types, just stands out. And then you've got its pre-evolution, Jigglypuff. Need I say more? It's just one big funny joke, and I think it leaves a smile on my face, so I can't really say any more that needs to be said about Wigglytuff. Then there is one more thing I can mention, though, and that is the special ability Competitive, which if a stat is lowered, if its a stat is lowered, its special attack will increase. So that's a nice, awesome ability. Wigglytuff, great Pokemon to have, funny, dumb, and of course, a little cute in there. Awesome.
Who's that Pokemon?
Pangoro, a Pokemon that seemed interesting to catch. He was one of the Pokemon that I first leveled up to level 100. Or maybe he was the first. He was high up there. If not, he was the first. But I remember he was on my first play for the game. He was one of the core six that beat the Sinnoh, not the Sinnoh, the Alolan Elite Four the first time round, and he still holds up today. And of course, you've got his special ability Iron Fist, which increases his hammer arm punch. Very useful. And of course, there's sentimental reason for having him on here too, because I have a plush panda. Yeah, so that's a bit of a nice mix all around. Oh, and of course, I do love the little bamboo stick he has in his teeth. Tough, strong, and independable, Pangoro is one I can always rely on, so that what makes him my best fighting type Pokemon.
Who's that Pokemon?
Heck yeah, it's Infernape. Really wasn't really a contest for me because overall it's kind of obvious who the best not just fire starter, but overall fire type was. Infernape's story was so passionate and so endearing. It really wins a lot of people over, doesn't it? And of course, I fall into the crowd. Yeah. It's nice to see his evolution from going from Chimchar to Monferno and then into Infernape, and then you get that epic fight at the end. Oh, I say that's the best fight in all of the anime. You could argue, oh, they get better in time. Sure they do, but to be honest, it was more than just fancy effects that made it special. It was the story behind it that made it special, and that's why it's the best fight in all of Pokemon to me. Anyway, that aside, Infernape's still a great Pokemon. I do like monkeys a lot, and if you know the Lynxie series out, you'll know it's another good reason why. And of course, you've got its special ability Blaze. When it's down on its critical health, it will boost its fire powers up to the max, so you can have an edge to win. Awesome Pokemon with awesome fighting spirit, and a perfect fit for me and for a lot of others who will think that Infernape is the best fire starter Pokemon. Claps for Infernape.
Who's that Pokemon?
Heck yes, Salamence. Best flying type Pokemon I've got. He's on the list because of his awesome design. He's got a great moveset. Actually, I should say she, because my Salamence is actually a female. Of course, then you've got her impressive attacks. Awesome stuff. And she's got the ability Intimidate to lower the attack stat of my opponent. Awesome stuff. And let's not forget that Mega Evolution. Sweet. Right in there. Awesome. And another reason why Salamence is on the list is because this Pokemon is also belongs to my greatest Pokemon villain, as in human villain, not Pokemon villain. But yeah, my greatest Pokemon human villain, Hunter J, before, well, she eventually dies, of course. She wields, her partner Pokemon is a Salamence, and that's awesome. So overall, Salamence to me is the best flying type Pokemon. Awesome.
Who's that Pokemon?
Ah, yes, good old Gengar. Very powerful, very intimidating, and iconic looking too. I mean, how could you not like Gengar? He's a nostalgic Pokemon. He's got a badass smile, a badass pose, and some say the theories go that he could be the dark side of Clefable. And plus all, he's got a Mega Evolution. He's iconic. He's awesome. And of course, let's not forget the Cursed Body ability, which blocks an opponent's move. That was loot. So if you have like a move used on this Pokemon, it will block it straight after. Awesome ability to have. Cursed Body. But yeah, gotta love Gengar. Classic, old school, and a real badass. Awesome.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh yes, good old Superior. You know, that wonderful snake. You know, I am a fan of Snake, so gotta put him on the list. You know, if you've seen the Lynxie series, you'll know that Naga and Viper are snake based. So, you know, I do throw on Superior. He's a very he's probably the best grass type starter, I would say. He's got a cool design. He is one of the Pokemon I leveled up to level 100 so far. And let's not forget his special ability, Overgrow, which is similar to Blaze, which is how it powers up his grass type moves when he's critical on health. But overall, I do like Superior. He's very useful. He's got a badass personality. And of course, I do like the design of Superior too, how he grows from an awesome Snivy that can, if you've seen the anime, beat Pikachu, which is a shock to everyone, I know, and then, you know, go on to become a powerful snake serpent-like Pokemon, which is very cool. So in my opinion, Superior is, well, superior.
Who's that Pokemon?
Good old Crocodile. Do like Crocodile. He's very interesting. I like the design of Crocodile. He's very nice with the red and the black because that always goes well together. And then you've got the Intimidate ability, an awesome ability to have to lower down the special attack, not the special attack, the base attack stat of your opponent. And overall, Crocodile is well loved in the anime as well, from Ash's Crocodile, which starts as a Sandile and then later joins the team. And overall, I do have a nice connection with crocodiles because everywhere I go, I seem to come across one, whether it's in a movie or something. I come across a crocodile, and I guess it seems to be a fun habit. So, without imitation, I do also think a crocodile is a nice choice of a Pokemon to have slither through the ground because it's not the type you normally think of. Normally, you go for a land shark or something along those lines, but no, I actually think a crocodile is a nice choice. So, with that, so based on mainly the creative choice of using a crocodile, get it? As the Pokemon that slithers through the ground. I think that's a nice matchup, so that's why I'd say. And plus, I should also mention I did like how my Crocodile played well in. Was it Omega Ruby? Yeah, I think it was Omega Ruby, or it might have been X and Y, the X and Y game. It was one of those games, but I did like how that Pokemon was well trained. So overall, Crocodile has taken the ground spot.
Who's that Pokemon?
Yep, Weavile. He leveled up very well actually. He was very strong on the team when I needed him, and I didn't realize how much I liked him until he went out in battle. When I played the games, he leveled up very fast, and he held his ground against stronger opponents than I expected. And if it wasn't for him, I would have lost a few battles. So thanks to Weavile, I claimed victory. Then you've got his special ability, Pressure, which of course increases his PP usage. So there's that nice, awesome ability to have in play. He's cool, badass, and of course, he's an icy Pokemon to come across in a dark time. Weavile is my top ice Pokemon.
Who's that Pokemon?
Yep, good old Teddiursa. This is on the list also for sentimental reasons, of course, because everyone has their own special teddy bear. Back in my, early days of living, I was in a hospital, of course, and, well, what do you know? Apparently I'm told, my nurse named my first teddy bear, so there was that awesome memory, and ever since I've been keeping that bear around. I'm surprised it's lasted this long. But yeah, that's there for sentimental, not he's there for sentimental value also, but he's also a very useful Pokemon. Leveled him up to level 100 because of that, and he's actually proven a pretty powerful little ally. You could say he's the mascot instead of I know Pikachu is the mascot, but if it was me on my Pokemon adventure, I guess Teddiursa would be my mascot, and yes, there's my love for cats, but for me, he's more of a sentimental ally. So, yeah, I always have a soft spot for Teddiursa, so and of course, I do like that this little innocent little bear can be such a powerhouse when he needs to be. But yeah, Teddiursa is one for the win.
Who's that Pokemon?
Good old Drapion. In the anime, he was a powerhouse, wiping out completely of Ash's team. And for sentimental reasons, he's here because my sign is actually, when it comes to stars, Scorpio. Awesome. And then we've got his special ability, which is Battle Armor. Very useful, which makes Drapion unaffected by critical hits. Awesome Pokemon to have. Powerhouse, and make sure you have Toxic Spikes on your moveset. It will really help you out when it comes to... It will help you out, especially when it comes to competitive battling. So make sure you have your Toxic Spikes on that list. But yeah, Drapion is one tough cookie.
Who's that Pokemon?
Espeon. Very simplistic design, I really like it. Nice one of the Eevee evolutions. And of course it too possesses the Synchronize ability, which of course you know how that does. It gives you the same status condition as your opponent. Well, not your opponent, but if your opponent status conditions yourself, this Espeon, it will also status condition the other Pokemon. So there's that. And I'm looking forward to... I haven't leveled up my Espeon yet, but I'm looking forward to when I get my chance on it, because I think that'll be a pretty cool Pokemon to level up. I like its design, I like its overall look, and I especially like how it goes in battle. It's even powerful in the anime too. So overall, I think Espeon is my favorite Psychic-type Pokemon. Well, there is one exception to that, but I didn't want to put any legendaries on this list. For the sake of it, might as well show it. Ah, yes, obviously Mewtwo, one of the best Psychic-type Pokemon ever. And you know what? I'm gonna flat out say it. This Pokemon is a far superior Pokemon than Lucario. Come at me. But yeah, I think Mewtwo is better than Lucario. I think it's one of the best Pokemon ever. It's got two Mega Evolutions, both in X and Y. It's powerful, it's independent, and it's one of those Pokemon that, if you've seen Pokemon the first movie, they had to switch voice actors because the original person who voiced Mewtwo passed away. I think it's because, a lot of people say it's because of this role that killed him. Similar to how the Heath Ledger Joker happened. How Heath Ledger died because of the Joker. But yeah, that's sick and twisted, and I think Mewtwo reigns overall in this world when it comes to Psychic-type Pokemon. But yeah, Mewtwo.
Who's that Pokemon?
This dino is on this list for one reason.
I'm a motherfucking T-Rex! I'm a motherfucking T-Rex! It's a motherfucking T-Rex! This badass mother owns it. I think everything about her can be summed up in that one awesome roar. Oh god, I bet if you translated that roar, every single one would declare her ability of just owning this goddamn movie.
Need I say more?
Who's that Pokemon?
The big old Aggron. Very powerful, very defensive, and he gets a Mega Evolution too, not forgetting the ability Sturdy to go with it. Makes him like an armored tank type Pokemon. One powerful opponent to go up against, and a very cool design too. Powerful charging and a complete badass. Aggron is a tank that you can use in your Pokemon roster, and he happens to be my favorite Steel type.
Who's that Pokemon?
My very first Pokemon from the Red and Blue games, Blastoise. Played through him with my original team, and we got through the Elite Four together. Awesome. I didn't regret my decision. I remember choosing him because there was so much hype around Charizard. Blastoise felt like he was getting shafted, and I knew he could be one step better than Charizard in every way. So, went through it, and it was a great fight between the Elite Four and all that. And so far, Blastoise has held strong over the years, and I do love him still. And then you've got his connection with Bowser, because he's like the water version of Bowser when it comes to the design. With those Hydro Cannons and his special ability, Blastoise still remains the king of water-type Pokemon for me.